You know that uncomfortable moment at a party when two people are trying to learn a new dance and keep stepping on each other's feet? That's where the Cleveland Browns offense felt like today. Gifted athletes, good intentions, but not quite in rhythm. Shedder Sanders left the stadium with questions answered and at least as many questions still sitting in his locker. He showed flashes. He flashed promise. He also reminded everyone why rookie quarterbacks need time to breathe, to build chemistry, and yes, to keep shooting when the shot doesn't fall. ClevelandBrowns.com. He finished 16 for 25 for 149 yards and a touchdown. Tidy numbers on paper. But the bigger story was what didn't happen after halftime. The Browns produced just 60 yards in 5 second-half possessions, turned the ball over multiple times, and couldn't sustain a drive to keep the 49ers honest. The scoreboard read 26-8 by the final whistle, and momentum slipped away like water through a sieve. ClevelandBrowns.com. Let's talk about the deep shot he missed early, the one everyone will replay a dozen times. Jeudy got separation, the route cleared, and the throw sailed just out of reach. You could see it on Sanders' face. Not embarrassment so much as the knowledge that timing and trust weren't there yet. He didn't hide from it. He called it a missed shot and said he'd stay on myself to keep shooting. That's the sort of answer that sounds humble and hungry at the same time, a rookie's blueprint for growth. AOL. 3 things to track that explain why this game felt like 2 different contests glued awkwardly together. First, weather. Wind gusts kicked up and made everything. Throws, punts, the tiny margins that separate catch from incompletion feel larger than life. Any young passer loses a fraction of confidence when the wind starts writing the script for him. AOL second. Execution in the second half. After a respectable opening, Cleveland's offense self-destructed with a botched snap on a trick 4th and 1 Wildcat attempt and a muffed punt that the 49ers turned into points. Those aren't quarterback-only mistakes, but they are symptoms. Lack of rhythm, lack of comfort, and a dressing room that still needs to learn how to rally when things go sideways. ClevelandBrowns.com. Third, chemistry. Sanders pointed to it himself. He said he and Jeudy aren't yet on the same lens, and that building that trust is not a microwave thing. That line is simple and real. When Jeudy turns and looks at the sideline shaking his head after the deep miss, that's not drama. It's 2 pros acknowledging a phase. Practice, then repetition, then the little mutual nudges that become sync. The good news, he connected later with rookie tight end Harold Fannin Jr. on a beautiful, lofted touchdown that showed the arm and touch are there when the timing lines up. ClevelandBrowns.com. Here's the coaching angle. Kevin Stefanski didn't blink when asked if Sanders would start again next week. He said yes. That vote of confidence matters. It tells you the Browns aren't treating this as a one-game audition. They want to see the curve. Starting him in a quieter matchup next week gives Cleveland a chance to keep building rather than chop and swap at quarterback like a chef who can't commit to a recipe. It's a signal. Patience, not panic. Yahoo Tethao. But beware the trap. Patience is not an excuse for passivity. This team still needs tangible progress. Cleaner special teams, fewer self-inflicted wounds, and a sharper communication cadence between quarterback and receivers. A rookie needs reps, but reps only help if they're quality reps that translate into live game fixes. That's why coaches and fans get simultaneously optimistic about flashes and frustrated by the same flashes not stacking into sustained drives. What did Sanders do well? He showed pocket presence on several plays, made a big-time downfield throw to set up that Harold Fannin Jr. touchdown, and managed the game without turning the ball over. That's a baseline you want from a young starter. What he needs next is more zip-on timing routes with Jeudy, faster pre-snap alignment with the line, and smoother handling under pressure so sacks don't become drive killers. ClevelandBrowns.com. Let's be real. The Browns' defense and special teams didn't exactly give him a runway. Cleveland's defense kept the game competitive early, but once the 49ers capitalized on mistakes, the gap widened. A quarterback learning the NFL has to be sheltered by fewer avoidable fiascos, and that's on the whole team. Young QBs don't climb alone. Teams have to hoist them up. Now for the narrative spin. The headline isn't "he failed," and it isn't "he's the future." It's "he's in progress." The best rookies aren't defined by one half or one game. They're defined by trajectory. Right now, Shedeur Sanders' trajectory is a mixed bag. Flashes of legit talent, the occasional rookie stumble, and an attitude that sounds like it's built for growth. He said he needs to spend time on task with his receivers, and that chemistry takes time. That's coach speak and player speak fused into a plan. Practice more, sync more, trust more. AOL for the fans scanning the box score looking for a verdict. Don't overreact to the stat line and don't underreact to the context. A 16 for 25 line with a touchdown in a windy game against a strong San Francisco defense isn't a crisis. But the turnovers, the special teams miscue, and the second half impotence are real red flags for a team that wants to compete beyond December. If you're making a short list of what must happen before Shedeur Sanders returns to being just the rookie and becomes the quarterback, here it is in plain language. Cleaner snaps and special teams handling, game planning that simplifies reads for faster chemistry at the line, targeted reps between Sanders and Jeudy, focusing on timing routes, and a couple of low-stress starts where the offense can actually string drives together. Do that, and the keep shooting mentality turns from a cute quote into a headline about growth. clevelandbrowns.com. Final thought, and I'll be blunt. Every rookie has the awkward first date where they say the wrong thing or step on a foot. What matters is whether they come back for date 2 and keep showing up for practice. Shedeur showed up today. He shot. He missed a tough one. He hit another. He said the right things. Now Cleveland has to give him the right environment to turn those attempts into swishes. If he keeps shooting the way he is, with that kind of confidence and humility, a few months from now, those misses will look like the necessary stumbles on the way to a much better rhythm. AOL, keep an eye on next week. Stefanski confirmed Sanders is starting versus the Tennessee Titans, and watch how the Browns respond as a whole. This is still a team experiment, and the result will hinge on whether the organization treats it like one. Yahoo Thethau. All right. That's the story. No panic, no hype train. Just a rookie with an arm, a message to his teammates about trust, and a franchise deciding to let him figure it out on the field. If you're cheering for Shedeur Sanders, buckle up. It's going to be the messy, honest kind of ride that good stories are made of. You could see the small things adding up long before the scoreboard did. A deep ball that hung just a beat too long, a muffed punt that flipped field position, a misread on a short yardage snap that gifted the 49ers momentum. By the time the final whistle blew, Shedeur Sanders' second start felt less like a verdict and more like a long, complicated first paragraph of a rookie's story. Flashes of something that might be real and plenty of footnotes about what still needs fixing. Reuters, let's cut to the core. Sanders finished 16 of 25 for 149 yards, 1 touchdown, and no interceptions, but he took 3 sacks, and the Browns managed just 60 second-half yards. He hit a gorgeous downfield strike for a 34-yard touchdown to Harold Fannin Jr., the kind of throw that makes scouts nod, and he also overthrew Jeudy on a potential big play earlier. Those 2 plays tell the young QB's tale in miniature. He can make the touch throws, but timing and rhythm are inconsistent against NFL speed and nasty weather. Reuters, the Joshua tree of this game wasn't a single error. It was a chain reaction of small mistakes that snowballed. A botched 4th and 1 Wildcat snap, a muffed punt return, and short fields handed the 49ers 2 touchdowns that never should have been on the board. When those gift wraps show up on the same page as a rookie quarterback trying to settle in, it's easy for the narrative to tilt toward not ready. But that's short-sighted.